How do you start charging more if you're doing sales? One of the biggest questions people have that is actually a lot. Let me make this go closer to my face. We're going intense today. Something that I think people put too much emphasis on because they think it's going to be a huge problem. Raising your price and charging more in sales is something that you must do. And something that will produce way more profit in your business. But a lot of people have issues with it because they believe they have a lot of false expectations that people will only pay me so much for what I'm offering. They only have so much money. And what about my competition that charges less? See, those are all mental blocks, not physically blocking your client from buying from you or anyone else. Because the reality is, this is something that you need to realize. If you're doing sales, if you're doing high-ticket sales, it's something you need to realize because it's the fucking truth. If you are not going to charge a higher ticket price, someone else will, and that same person who is charging more will close out your client. So right now, for example, I just got done consulting for a guy. His name's David Laster. Great guy, love what he does. He has something called the UTR method. He does great online. He actually just did a testimonial for me. Great person to work with. And something that I helped David Laster with was I helped him with raising his pricing. Because that was something that he told me that he was offering this service of getting people leads, helping people get leads. And he said, well, I charge about $800 for it, or $700 one time. I'm like, you're getting people guaranteed appointments, you're only charging $700? Yeah, I don't want to charge too much more, I don't think they can pay it. So I was like, let's double it. He goes, what? I'm like, let's double how much you charge, or at least, charge 50% to 75% more and see what happens. He closed more clients, and each of those clients paid, I think it was at least between $500 to $700 more. So they paid minimum 50% more than all of his previous clients. Not combined, but how much they each paid. So all we did was he didn't change his pitch. He didn't change what he was offering. He didn't add more value to it. He just raised the price and said, this is what it costs. Now, if you want to do this effectively, when you start charging more and more, and say perhaps you're facing some objections. You're facing some people who are saying, let's go a little bit backwards now. Let's mix it up in the videos. So say, for example, you raise your price. You normally offer, because people, I told them this too, like you're charging basically $1,000 for some lead consulting. I charge $6,500. Some people charge $65,000, depending on, very few people charge that, but some people do charge that. So I told them, like, why don't you just raise your prices, just for the consulting? Sometimes it's a lot easier than you think. You're not going to face the objections, but in case you do face the objections, are starting to get some no's, getting less clients, you keep your price raised. Keep it raised. Do not lower it, because you still need to collect more money. You are a business. You need to be in profit still, and in lots of profit, so you can grow your business and help more clients. Something that you can do to raise your price easily is offer a split pay for it. This is one of the easiest things that any business in the world can offer that's doing high ticket sales, unless it's a monthly subscription. If you're offering a one-time payment, even if it's monthly, one-time payment, you can offer for that monthly payment to be split up into 2 payments. So say normally, for example, let's just say I was going to charge someone in a specific situation $8,000 for my consulting. I could say, well, if you want to make it easier for you, you can pay $4,000 in the first 15 days and pay another $4,000 in the second 15 days. Or if I did a one-time off, I was selling a product, or a product and service. So let's just say I set up someone's funnels. Which I do. I offer that as a service. Let's say I was setting up someone's funnel, their sales process, for $5,000 one time. I can say, great, $5,000. Like, that's a little expensive. It's a little much. Great. What I can do to kind of make that a little bit easier for you is I can divide that payment of $5,000 into 2 or 3 payments. Would that make it easier for you? Sure, sounds great. Awesome. Let's work together. So that's something you can do to really start charging more, is just raise your price, test raising your price. 2, after you've raised your price, if you start getting objections, you can keep raising it by 10, 20, 30, 50% at a time. Keep raising it when you get to a point where it's diminishing returns, when you start getting more no's and less people saying yes to you, offer a split pay for it, or offer more value for it, or be creative and offer and give value and maybe a guarantee. There's some other things you can do too. I won't go into because that's for consulting clients. But there's a lot of things you can do to raise your prices and charge more in sales and high ticket sales, no matter what you're doing. And these are just some things that you can start doing. So have a great day. I hope this helped you out, and I'll see you in another video very soon.